Hello, my name is Stephen McCarthy. I'm Professor Emeritus of Graphic Design at the University of Minnesota. I'm going to be presenting my AIGA Surface talk from the Seattle conference in October 2022, the title of which is Resurfacing, Tiles of Our Times. I'm going to share a screen with you and make the presentation in its entirety while I read the paper. Resurfacing, Tiles of Our Times. Many Portuguese building facades and interior spaces, churches, palaces, houses, and public buildings are covered with azulejos, or ceramic tiles. Portuguese azulejos have a history dating to a visit King Manuel made to Seville, Spain in 1503, a city whose architecture and design reflected Moorish Arabic influences that themselves reveal stylistic lineage from Roman and Byzantine tile designs. Azulejos are a design surface that keeps resurfacing. While Portugal's tiled walls are richly decorative, they have functions too, documenting and communicating Portugal's colonial era and serving as insulation against heat, moisture, and cold. Bright blue tiles typically illustrate larger scenes as composite murals that depict historical, religious, or cultural content from a time when Portugal had global power, and while those in other colors are used for repeating patterns and geometric shapes in non-representational designs. Azulejos can be found now in Brazil and other former colonies in Africa and Asia. This presentation will show the result of a contemporary tile project completed during a 3-week artist residency in rural Portugal in March 2022. The creative project acknowledges the legacy of traditional tiles while exploring the possibilities of new imaging, reproduction, and adhesion methods in environmental installations. It also furthers the concept of global influence, local inspiration, cultural trade, and dissemination. Tiles of Our Times is both a body of visual work and a public dissemination campaign. The designer mined local Portuguese printed graphics such as maps, brochures, books, advertisements, packaging, and other ephemera for texts, colors, patterns, and images for the collage series source material. The collages are all 14 by 14 centimeter squares, the size of traditional azulejos, about 5.5 inches square, and are designed for modular tiling with compositions divided into halves and quadrants. 2 outward-facing semicircles create a full circle, for example. The designer had been to Portugal 6 times over several decades and had familiarity with local customs and culture. Topics and themes emerged from the collage tiles: the wine industry, the sea for boating, fishing, and surfing, village life, tourism, national pride, indigenous crafts like barro negro, which is a black clay pottery, and cuisine like pastel de nata, an egg cream pastry, a breakfast staple. Collage accommodates social commentary, juxtaposition, humor, parody, and a recontextualized aesthetic. 8 collages were selected for scanning and printing by Tundel Grafica, a local printing company with digital capabilities. An exterior-grade adhesive-backed vinyl material was chosen for its imperviousness to weather and easy application on flat surfaces. 400 stickers of 8 designs were printed and trimmed for about €90, or roughly $100. Tiles of Our Times has been installed in public places in Portugal, California, and Minnesota, and packets have been distributed so others can do their own stickering. The project adds to the contemporary interpretation of azulejos as realized by designers Chermioff and Geismer's tile mural for the Lisbon Aquarium and art collective Fails tiling of a modern house in Los Angeles. Tiles of Our Times is modular, performative, and transient, and yet is rooted in Portuguese Azulejo tradition. Obrigado. Thank you.